fellow Toastmasters. Thank you, Madam Toastmaster. My name is Preston. The reason my speech is called Working Title is I joined this group to better focus on giving speeches on the fly. How many of you have ever been in a meeting where you have something presented and then somebody in that meeting asks you a question? You don't necessarily know the answer and you have to provide them something. What are you going to do with yourself? I have no idea what I'm going to say right now. I originally, when I heard that this meeting was going to be themed on acting, I thought we could go a couple routes. The first route would be I would tell you a story about myself, about my life story, and at the very end I would mention that none of it was true. Every single thing there was false. So I figured I'd be more benevolent and provide you all with something a little bit more helpful for the people who are here for the first time and may not be able to come here very frequently in the future. So one of the things I notice as far as other speakers go is we all tend to get very nervous being in front of each other. We'll pace around too much. We won't really look at our audience. We'll kind of stare at the floor and we'll talk too fast and we'll just send our arms in very random directions. There's one or two things that might be able to help you out with these issues. The first one is get in front of the camera. Don't be afraid to look at yourself and see how embarrassing you are. Hardest thing for me in anything, whether it was writing papers in college or even right now getting photographed, is I'm slightly self-conscious. I don't like seeing myself and seeing my failures. But that's the only way you're really going to improve. Understanding what your problems are, and how do you address them. So here's one I see a lot from a lot of people. A lot of people like to sway side to side when they talk. It's a nervous habit. A lot of people do it more frequently than they realize. One thing to notice, and some of you can't really see because I'm really kind of blocked here. Focus on how you're standing. It's actually an actor's stance, really. You have one foot at a 45-degree angle, and your other foot is almost creating a T. This way, if you're going to sway it a certain way, you'll just fall over. So try next time you're planning a speech or you have to get up and talk in front of people, just kind of set your feet up the way where you'll have a great base, and start from there. As most people say, when you're building a building, everything starts at the foundation and you build out. The next thing a lot of people have problems with is their hands. Someone I know recently confessed to me that she has a lot of trouble sending out her hands in different directions. So here's something that I might suggest you do in order to stop doing that. Poker face. When you're playing poker, if you place a bet, you place that bet, you put your hands on the table and you don't move them. Find ways to keep your hands from moving too much. So that could be hold your hands like this, hold your hands together, or just keep them, like Will Smith said, when you're dancing, in your space. In your space. The last thing, and probably the most daunting, is probably eye contact. How are you going to be able to talk to people and really engage with people if you can't look them in the face and tell them what you're really thinking with confidence, not too much cockiness, and with assurance? It's not easy. There's a lot of judgment coming here. And that's life. So the easiest way to do this one is practice. Just get used to eyes being on you and understand that things could be a lot worse. There's this old saying that you could do it, you just imagine the audience naked, but since we're in a professional atmosphere, I can't really say that except for having just said that. And probably the most interesting thing about public speaking is just be entertaining and engaging. A lot of people say that the best way to engage an audience is with a joke, so I'm going to ask you all a question right now. What is the most important factor of comedy? You can ask me. What is timing? with that said, I'd like to thank you all very much for taking the time to listen to me. My name has been Preston. Thank you very much.